Welcome back to AFTV. Welcome back to the Tuesday Live. Myself and Curtis. Actually, you know what? A special appearance. Man saw him turn up at the Emirates after the game. I don't know. Did you go? Wait, you didn't go. You must have done a stream. It's a big game. Did you do a stream?
I did a stream.
And
Yeah.
you said, "F this. I need to let me go down." Was that the mood?
It's like if we win a big game, I'll go down there just for the energy. But when I'm frustrated, I'm like, no, I'm going Emirates. Like I'm going there. And then I only realized as I was driving there, oh, you man did box parks. I'm thinking half of you aren't going to be there. But then obviously I realized Robbie and that was at the stadium. So I said, let me just
go down and G check in, because some of them player ratings can be a bit dodgy. So
to bring balance,
Yeah, I hear that. So it was interesting. I was watching the fan cams. I know he was there till late. You lot were there till like 11 p.m. Bro. It's a madness. So it's good.
Oh, do you know what cracked me up though? They tried to do something to you that was a little bit unfair. Like with the end of the game, I thought you was acting. I thought, oh, he's just acting normal, like it's over. But they tried to say it was James part 2. Like, is it finished? Yes.
He goes, what a well-deserved draw. Like, up point. I'm like, I didn't even do any of that. All I did is we're done. Like, I clapped. I said this I was on Big Six yesterday, about Big Six Shadow. I clap after every game. Like, I don't know. I think it's when I go to the stadium. It's like a stadium thing that every time after whatever happens, we always clap. Even like if we lose, like the players come over, we clap. Like, it's just something I do in it. So I was just in game mode, innit? And I clapped, but I wasn't going, yes, well does that. I love James, but like I didn't do that. So I don't know. They try to kill me. And even there's a clip. I said this yesterday as well. There's a clip on when we score and everyone's going mad. Yeah, we're all going mad. Cool, we just scored. Boom, boom, boom. It's pandemonium because obviously it's a big watch party. People are normally on AFTV, so they're rushing to the front of the camera. They're dancing and that. Cool, all well and good. But there's a moment I'm celebrating, and then people are like hitting me and going mad, and I'm like, I just stop. You can actually see me stop and just look around like, what the fuck? Yo, man, go back, bruv. Like, and then I was thinking, the ball, but I'm also thinking, you lot,
calm down as well.
Done. Yeah, let's. We need to get back to. We got to watch the rest of the game, but it happens. Listen, people get caught in a moment. I'm not gonna hate on it. You know the internet. They will run away with all narratives, bruv. All narratives. We will talk. Do you know what? Let's start there. Then I was gonna go. I kind of want to work backwards. So, it's preview Madueke out. Arteta. I will leave Arteta to kind of the last closing bit because I know you're gonna have a lot to say on that. And to be fair, I'm
Have you got a lot to say on that as well?
Yeah. But let's start then just quickly. Let's just review briefly the game. I know you did a fan cam. You've done player rating, so I've got to try and look at something different, an angle. Just overall, a 1-1 draw, and the outrage for City came and they scored and then they sat back. Pep, and Man City, Rodri, and they ridiculed us last year for going down to 10 men, by the way, and then sitting back. So I think it's quite frustrating that they're not getting the same sort of heat that we got when we didn't even go play for a draw. We went down to 10 men. We're just trying to hold it out. They were winning and throwing on defenders and doing everything they can to stink out the game.
It's the trophy. It's the trophies, Cess, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so we were saying Pep's got the trophy, so he can't
Pep's
really.
Got the like how much criticism can you give him? Like he's dominated this country for years. Like we're the challengers. You know what I mean? When Bolt was winning the gold, it's Blake and them man who've got to do something else. You know what I mean? So Pep's like. I think Pep knew that City were vulnerable. I actually think Pep. A lot of people are outraged by what Pep did. I saw it as a sign of respect. Like,
same.
Pep realizes that City are vulnerable, and he realizes that Arsenal are on the up. And he probably thought 1-0 up, 20 odd minutes to go. I'm going to shut up shop. And in the end, he fell short. So I understand people being frustrated because we were ridiculed and they haven't been. But I just think Pep's got so much credit in the bank. There's very little that you can criticize him for.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think the most frustrating. I'll go for the most frustrating thing for me. We'll do a review just sort of in two. So most frustrating thing for me, and for you, and then the thing that you've taken away from the game, and a more of a positive light. Let's keep it balanced. Fuck it. Then we're gonna get into some. We're gonna have to talk about certain things. And I suppose my thing that really frustrated me, which kind of alludes to the manager, but we'll end with it. But my thing is we have such a quality team, such a good squad of players. Like, and we all know this. There's no excuses for this season. We all know Arteta's under a lot of pressure. I think someone said, have my goalpost changed? No, I actually said silverware. People are saying it's the big two. I know Curtis is very much saying it's the Premier, the Champions League. For me, it's silverware. But my thing is the team we have, Curtis, the players, the quality, the Ezes, the Ethans, the players that will get you off your feet. Even Noni Madueke, I throw there, Martinelli at times, whatever you want to say. Like, those are the players that I want to watch and what I pay to watch. But I don't know what it is. We're not playing the way, well, to the players' strengths, but also what they can do. These players are top class players. We can bop teams off the pitch. Listen, I respect Man City. I respect Liverpool at Anfield. But I actually think the squad we have are so far superior that we should be able to actually put teams to the sword and forget all this worries and defensive mindset and fear and PTSD of past seasons. Like, you should be able to flex your muscles. I don't know why Arteta's not doing that. I did like what you said in player ratings. I think you said it's favoritism. Why, when Odegaard went down, he didn't put Ethan in there because he favors Martin Odegaard. He's not putting Eze in there because it may not be his player. He's favorite towards Mikel Merino. Like, there is that factor in football. I find it hard to really hold on to that and say that's definitely the reason. But
yeah.
I've seen favoritism in football. I mean, if you've been in the game, it happens across the board from Sunday league level to manager's sons and
yeah.
being dropped. You not getting contracts because they like this. There's so many ways that could potentially bat that point. But for me, my most frustrating thing is this team we have are a very good team, but we're just not seeing it. We resulted to doing long throw-ins, towels by the balls, long goal kicks, playing for corners, which I think we had 11 or 12 corners in that game, which is actually annoying because we're not even converting them anymore. It's not like we're getting corners and we're scoring from them still. Like, that doesn't happen as much. So I'm just like, can we just score by breaking down the team? And I kept looking for Arsenal to go down the center of Man City, try and get bodies in the midfield and do 1-2 touch movement, use the striker, bounce off him and play through Man City, which we have the quality to do it, but we weren't doing it. We're trying to go down the wide, down on Madueke and going down the left side as well with Trossard, which, if I'm honest, Man City shut out very well. And I think a low block, that is the way, that is kind of the way to it's quite easy for teams to shut out in a low block, shutting out the wide play. We saw it worked in the second half when Eze picked up the ball from the middle and clipped over the top through the center of the pitch.
Yeah.
And we scored from it. So we can do that. We just didn't get enough of that. One takeaway from that game that I think is a positive light. It's actually a tough one, on this one. Jesus, Saka's back.
Saka's back. We need him back.
You need him back. Noni going down. I mean, Saka's back, but I mean, I don't think he did anything that was amazing. I think Noni Madueke actually was the best player for Arsenal in that first half. It's a shame he had to come off. I never saw his knee injury. Actually,
no, I didn't.
I saw the limping of him going down the tunnel, but I never saw how he got it. Was it impact? Was it just overload? I don't know. We're going to talk about why players are getting so injured in Arsenal as well. We've got to do that in a second.
Yeah.
But for you, Curtis, then frustration, and then one thing you took away from the game against Man City.
I think first of all, Arteta's got to understand, like, you've gone to Liverpool and you've played Man City and you've tried to be conservative and it hasn't worked. So why not switch that mindset now and say, why not go for it? It's like anything in life. If you go for it and it doesn't work out, you don't have regrets because you gave everything, you tried your best, it didn't happen. Arteta must be sitting at home thinking, if I'd have started Eze, if I'd have played Martinelli, like, his decisions, it's almost like whatever you should do, Arteta's going to do something different. It's almost like he's trying to be too intelligent. Let me not do the most obvious thing to do. Yeah. Everybody looked at it and went, Odegaard's out, play Eze in the 10. No, I won't play Eze, I'll bench him. Okay, Martinelli's just had a great week. If you're going to not play Eze on the left, play Martinelli. I'll play Trossard. It's like, bro, what are you doing? And then you bring Eze on. His biggest admission was taking off Merino at half-time because Arteta's a manager that does not make half-time changes.
Substitutions, facts.
Do you know what I mean? Madueke was an injury, cool, we get that. But Merino was just poor performance. And the thing is now, just as an example, Merino's getting a lot of criticism at the moment, right? But I look at it and I don't think this is about individual players. I think this is about the collective and Arteta and his system. because Marino is not a bad footballer. You watch him for Spain, scoring hat-tricks. He's balling out.
Facts.
He's balling out, bro. You watch Zubamendi for Spain. He's playing like Vitinha. He don't look like Vitinha for Arsenal. Declan Rice. I love Declan Rice. I don't think this is the same Declan Rice at the moment that I've seen over the last 2 years. He runs around a lot. He puts corners in, but he's not having a big influence on the game. Gyökeres wins the Gerd Muller Award last night. Arsenal fans were kind of shamelessly saying, "Oh, you know, Gyökeres,
we got the best striker in the world." Yeah,
we got the best striker in the world. I said
yeah.
on my show today, I said, Gyökeres, you better take a lot of pictures at that Ballon d'Or Awards because you ain't going to be there next year, bro. Because you're going to get about 10 goals the way we're playing. Do you know
that's
what I mean?
so bad, man.
You better make the most of that.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? Martinelli, he got progressively worse. And then obviously the injuries. So to me, Arteta he's doubled down so much on the defense. It's like he's forgotten how to attack. He tries, for me, to overcoach the attacking players. I don't see enough things in the Arsenal attack that are just off the cuff. Me and you were both attacking players, right? I believe strikers, wingers, attacking players, you're different to anyone else on the pitch. That's why usually they get paid the most money, because you can do things that are just indescribable sometimes. Yeah. Wow, I didn't see that. Dembele's just won the Ballon d'Or, unpredictable player, scored against us after 2 minutes. Lamine Yamal, best young player in the world, unpredictable, does things that wows. And I just think Arteta needs to realise that your Sakas, your Maduekes, your Gyökeres, your Ezes, those guys don't need micromanaging. You've created one of the best defences in Europe, but you're still playing a defensive system on top of a strong defence. It doesn't make no sense. Your defence is that good. You should be able to trust your front four, your front five, and say, you lot can attack because we've got enough there defensively. You played so defensive, but Man City scored a one-on-one. The easiest chance of the whole game fell to Man City. So what's the point being so defensive? And then I'm seeing Haaland one-on-one with the keeper. And he basically had a one-on-one in the second half, that one that Raya saved and nearly went over the bar. So for me, this is all about the mindset of the manager, bro. City were vulnerable. Pep ended up with 5 at the back, 5 in midfield, no striker. You paid him too much respect. You were scared to go and get it. And then to top it all off, and I know I made a bit about this. Not everybody agreed with it. I didn't like the celebrations for the equaliser. Listen, I might be becoming a moany old man, people. I might be. I might be. Maybe I should. I understand the emotion in football. Martinelli's had a lot of question marks, so maybe he got a bit carried away. And it was a great goal as well. So fair play to him. But I see Arteta running up and down the touchline, the players jumping in the crowd. I'm like, bro, it's the 92nd minute. This 7 minutes added on. Get the ball and run back to the halfway line and try and win the game. That's what I wanted to see. And again, people can correct me if they think I'm wrong in the chat.
People said wasn't there a clip of Zubamendi running?
Zubamendi got the ball, but bro, like Martinelli's in the crowd, Gyökeres is there, Saka's jumping over. I want someone to run over to Martinelli and say, bro, great goal, come on. Yeah. They showed you the clip of Man City last year, Stones equaliser against Arsenal. There's only a minute to go. They got the ball, they all ran back. I know that's the one where Haaland threw the ball in Gabriel's head, which was naughty, by the way. You know what I mean? But in terms of the positive, let's finish with a positive look at the game. The biggest positive that I'm hoping for out of this game is that Arteta changes his mindset and thinks, you know what, man? Look at that ball from Eze. We were a bit more free-flowing in the second half. Not amazing, but we were better. And I'm just hoping that he thinks, I do have to play slightly different. And the mainstream media are turning a little bit on Arteta. I'm hearing a lot of guys that defended him, the Gary Nevilles and that, saying this team's playing with a handbrake on. And, a lot of people saying, if Arteta, how do you get him out? I don't think it's the fans. I think Arteta would get himself out of that job if he doesn't change up the way he's... Because I think as fans, if you go for Man City and you draw, sometimes you just got to take that and go, they're a very good team. We went for it. We weren't good enough. I think as a fan, you can go home sometimes and accept that. You might not be happy, but you can accept it. Yeah. But when you turn up for a game against City at home, bear in mind that Tottenham beat Man City in their own stadium. Brighton beat Man City after losing. Like, they were losing the game and came back and beat them. then what is the excuse for Arsenal on a £265 million transfer window for being so negative at home against a vulnerable Man City team?
Yeah,
You know,
makes no sense.
what is the point in that? So for me, Arteta's got to change his mindset. I think Eze was a big positive. I think Martinelli was a big positive because, you know, I've been very critical of him. And you hope that that hunger comes back for him. So
Yeah,
I think Sunday is a massive game for Mikel Arteta.
Huge game.
I can't even describe how big that game is for him.
Huge game. Even, do you know what? It's this week. I know Port Vale, we're expected to win. We're favourites, but you have to win. If you don't win, boy. But bro, the meltdown would be disgusting. We actually mentioned.
Oh, if we don't beat Port Vale? No. That's not even. No.
You'll be ripping everything. You'll be tearing up, bro. The whole this match. Fuck this. Oh no, Newcastle away. It's funny as well because I actually think he'll play that midfield three again because an arrogance.
Marino again?
I think he will. He will because he sees, in my opinion, he sees those midfield three as battlers. Declan Rice, Mikel Marino, battles, and I've seen it in Bilbao. It was a physical game, and we were losing the first and second balls in the air, but at Liverpool we was winning them because that Rice and Marino midfielders, dual winners, aerial dual winners, and ground dual winners. And I think against the Newcastle midfield of Bruno Gomares, Tonali, and Joe Linton, or whoever they put in there, it's going to be very physical. It will rattle a lot of fans. And he did that arrogant thing of no one questioned my midfield in Bilbao, but many people actually, funny enough, people actually did question the midfield, but he did win. So we get, okay, fair, you won, but why are you not playing your most expensive signing? Like, why are you not putting him in midfield? Okay, you might put him left, but why are you not putting him in the midfield? And then they'll question, obviously, the video of him shouting at him for not staying wide. For me, the thing that annoys me as well, just quickly as well, is that I feel like Arteta gave that perception of a manager that no one's free of being dropped. There's no one so I look at like Ethan Nwaneri at the time last season was actually on form, on fire, and then I just didn't see him. Same with Mars Lewis Skelly. Mars Lewis Skelly was on a hot streak, getting into England and all that, and then he just got rotated. Fair enough, Calafiori's been amazing, but I was just like, I didn't really get the reason why Mars Lewis Skelly was dropped, and I was like, okay, cool. Declan Rice against Nottingham Forest. I was calling for it, but I didn't think he was going to do it, and most of the fan base didn't expect it either. He dropped Rice for that game as well, and I was just like, you should be able to drop a Marino. Like, why? Like Marino, why are you not? Why? Like, you've done it with all these other players. Eze, who's your signing, he didn't even start against City, and he scored against City in the final in the FA Cup. Like, he's the most primed to play against them. So all these people are not free of being dropped. Like, so get this midfield. We can all see it. And sometimes I feel like Arteta he's stubborn in his ways. He doesn't want to feel like he has to follow what is the most obvious because he's supposed to be this. I thought of him as a football genius. At times I have seen that. Now I just, I've stopped.
Hey, whoa. Hey, don't try and say that quickly, you know. Did I just hear him say football genius? Football genius.
I thought he was a very good coach at times. I just, but now, and I thought he was intelligent in certain things. And now I just think he's getting frustrated and getting frustrated to watch and analyze because it's just annoying at times. It's annoying. Sometimes the obvious can actually work. And even still, when he brought the subs, he clearly knew he made a mistake because at halftime he made those substitutions, which again was a shock for me to see. But I think Lee Judges said something really, really good when he was like, this is the worst Man City team he's seen in a while, and this is the best Arsenal squad I've seen in a long time. But you wouldn't think that when you watch the game. Like, we drew 1-1 after last season, smacking them 5-1. And my fear from last season, when we beat them, and I've seen this before, there was there's an energy, there was an anger, there was a needle because of what Haaland said to Marzo Skelly, because of the ball being in front of Gabriel. There was obviously a bit of emotion that attached to that game, which we got the best performance out of Arsenal. I've played with players that need that little bite, or someone to say you're shit, or oh, shut up, mate. You would never make it and things like that. And they just go to another level. Like, that's what it felt like watching that game last season. This season, it felt like we were just there and we started slow, even though we had a longer break. It really annoyed me. And I remember Thierry Henry saying that he had that Michael Jordan mindset. Like, he made things up in his head about teams he's playing to just get the best out of him.
Get the
It
best,
felt like, it felt like a whole team needed that. But on the weekend, it was just like, it was passive. So that, it really annoyed me. It really annoyed me. And
don't you think that Arteta missed a huge opportunity? Like, that's how I looked at Liverpool, the Liverpool game as well, because I don't know how you felt, but like once I saw that starting 11, some of the enthusiasm disappeared from me. Because we already knew what the game was going to look like. I was like, wow, he's played Marino. There's no Eze, no Martinelli. So the pace. I mean, you saw Trossard a couple of times got away from Cousinov, but he didn't have the pace.
Yeah.
So it's like, what was the plan? How did he think we were going to win that game? I almost think he thought we're going to defend, keep them out, and we'll score from a set piece or a late goal. And it's like, when Man City were beating Arsenal and we, were struggling against them, Pep never turned up and thought, oh, I need to be like, when City had the better of us, they slapped us all over the place. They never turned up, and we've beat them 5-1. So we had the opportunity to go, that 5-1 last year, that wasn't no fluke. Like, you're going to hold smoke again. It might not be 5-1, but we're going to show you levels again. You've lost to Tottenham. You can't come here and deal with us. And I felt like he allowed them to he played into their hands, really. Man City struggle against the transition. That's why Tottenham dealt with them. That's why Brighton dealt with them, because they're quick on the break. And we just made it a slow, possession-based game. It was perfect for them. And they hit us on the break, and got their goal. And I just thought, you've missed another opportunity, Mikel, to stamp your authority and show people that we're serious this season. And, you heard what a lot of the pundits said, man. It's to win titles, you've got to go and grab the league. You can't potter around and defend your way to a league. I've said it so many times over the last few weeks, and I know I'm repeating it. The Premier League champions of the last 5 years have been the top goal scorers, not the team with the best defense. So you can have the best defense, but that doesn't get you the league at the moment. You've got to score the most goals, which is why Slot has gone so heavy with attacking players this year.
And they're firing. My thing as well, just quickly before we move on, because you said about when the 11 went out and that mood, it completely changes. For a man, I'm talking about Arteta here, who clearly is big on the transmitting of the energy from the fans to the pitch. Bro, pick Eze to start, bro. Like, at home, like we all want to see that. That is the most obvious thing. And if you want your fans to transmit this energy, play the players that the fans want to see. Like, I'm not saying that that's always going to be the answer, but that is a clear obvious there. Like, the fans want to see Eze. He's quality enough to play in this game. He has been a threat against City before. That will lift up everyone. When you see that midfield, and it wasn't just you and me that felt that energy of dip when we saw the 11. I spoke to Rob, I spoke to everyone. They were moaning. Lee Judges was grinding his teeth and losing it before the first whistle even blew because of the 11. So it's funny. I always think like, wow, you're really big on being together and transmitting energy and that and whatnot. Then do that whilst you have the opportunity to do it to help you and benefit your performance. Do that. It's the obvious one. I've got a super chat. I've got a comment here from PJ. Says, please read out the injury list. We'll move on to Noni Madueke right now. The injury list. Well, Sky Sports Premier League announced this injuries to Arsenal forwards in 2025. Gabriel Jesus, blimey, ACL 132 days out. Gabriel Jesus again, ACL 39 days out. Gabriel Martinelli with a hamstring injury, 30 days out. Then they got Kai Havertz, hamstring, 91 days out. Bukayo Saka with a knock, 2 days. Bukayo Saka with an ankle injury, 1 day. Leandro Trossard with a hamstring, 5 days. Gabriel Martinelli, again, unknown, 3 days. Leandro Trossard with a groin injury, again, 1 day. Kai Havertz with a knee injury, 34 days. Bukayo Saka, hamstring, 27 days. And then Noni Madueke, knee injury, currently 2 days. And then obviously off the back of that, we also have Nkapio, who was... No, not Nkapio. Was he? Yeah, I think he was injured for a bit as well. He was injured as well. We had obviously Norgard, he was injured as well. Obviously, Martin Odegaard's out as well. He was injured. Ben White was injured. But I mean, you could go. There's so many players. There's so many players that have been injured. I'm missing some there, but they're all the attackers that Sky Sports mentioned. And then obviously we're going to Noni Madueke. I do want to quickly say though as well, Noni Madueke. They say it's 2 months. I have a source.
Oh, here he goes.
They said after the international break he'll be back. So obviously we're here now on 23rd of September. So he's saying around 2 weeks. So he said by the international break he'll be back. And listen, I see a lot of these injury news break from the main people like David Ornstein and whatnot, and then they'll say a time, and usually of late, our club doctors have been really good and they've gotten back before the initial time said. So, and I actually think that's a bit of a tactic from clubs as well. I think sometimes they do that. They make it longer than it feels. So when they come back, it's a bit of a PR move to be like, oh, he's back and everything's good. So I'm hearing, from what I hear, source, trust me, bro. I have a good reliable source, but it's not as long as first stated online. But yeah, Noni Madueke knee injury. Curtis, just give me your thoughts on that, because listen, Noni Madueke has been, I think he's been pretty good since he's arrived. Just give me your thoughts around that knee injury to Noni.
Yeah, it's a shame for him, because obviously there was a lot of criticism when he joined, and he started well, to be fair. And obviously Saka's injury has given him that right wing spot, and it just feels very Arsenal, don't it? Unfortunately, it's becoming part of our club at the moment that you come to Arsenal, you get injured. What I was sort of talking about today is a lot of people are saying that he got the injury early in the game. So I just wonder, like, why? I suppose what I'm asking is, why did he play till half time? Now, I get it. Listen, I get it. Footballers do. How are you? Yeah, I'm all right. But then at the same time, it's the club, it's the manager, it's the physio's responsibility to sort of say, is he all right? Should we check? I don't know. Maybe I'm being harsh.
It's tough.
Maybe I am being harsh.
I thought it was before the game, and I criticized the club then, but it wasn't. Like it was mentioned even in the David Ornstein tweet. It was early in the game, like you mentioned. So, but we know as players, bro, like you're not gonna go and say to the manager, "Listen, I'm struggling." You're right. Maybe the physios or the team doctor should be spotting if he's limping or whatnot. But if I'm honest, I didn't even clock that he was really struggling until seeing that clip of him going down the tunnel. The only thing that's really grueling, it's really like burning in my mind about what this conversation or where it should go is, why do we keep getting this many injuries? Because I've seen people online saying, check the training, check the intensity, check the training ground and the pitches. I don't know. For me, I just think, like, I speak to players. I'll be real. It's not as intense as, I think the trainings might be to a high level, but then they get days off, they get a lot of recovery days as well. They really do. It's not, nowadays it's very like stat led. It's very like, you can't do overloading of training. Back in the day, like, man, they would train, or they'll run or do a gym session in the morning, do double sessions, some clubs every day. And then some players that were just like extra or busy back in the day, busy bees, they would stay and do extras as well. So it's like and there wasn't much policing of a team doctor or a team scientist or a sports scientist come up to you and say, listen, brother, you got to go rest. You've done too much today. Back in the day, that was never about. So I'm thinking, is it really, are they really pushed? Maybe there's more game time and it might be a change from like a bit of like a restful week, and then you're going into straight high intense, a lot of pressure. I know James spoke about mental fatigue, which I think is also plays a part in it, social media and all that. But I just think loads of players are going down, and I can't really put my finger on what it is. I think even the training grounds these days, it's not artificial training grounds. It's like half and half. There is still a lot of grass pitches at training grounds as well. So I don't know. It is a concern because I've never seen this many injuries this early in the season ever.
It's crazy. Do you think it's got anything to do again with the system? Because I was reading something today how they were saying Slot has stopped a lot of injuries at Liverpool through a more sort of conservative style. They keep the ball rather than, Klopp was high intensity, high press. I look at Arsenal, and I don't know about you, we work very hard off the ball. The wingers drop back. Yeah, that's a good point. Madueke played in the Club World Cup, so he hasn't really. I think he came back after like 2.5 weeks, didn't he, as well? He cut his holiday short.
To do one-on-one training to be ready.
Yeah.
But I'm not even just talking about Noni, though. I'm talking about, bro, there's all of injuries.
Yeah.
It's match week 5, bro.
It cannot just be bad luck. It can't be, like, especially with knee injuries and hamstring injuries, like they're usually overload.
27 players, 27 injuries, bro. That's it can't then spill over to again this season when you got this many, to then be bad luck. No, I don't know.
I saw a stat today. We've had one injury in every game, every Premier League game. Every game. Odegaard, Madueke, Saliba. Who's the other one? There's one more. Saka.
Yeah, because he was
every game.
Yeah, Noni was on the left. Yeah, you're right. And then he got injured.
Every league game, an injury. Come on, that's not bad luck. That means something. I think Arsenal need to have a real look at everything. How are you training? How much running are you doing in the game? You know, the everything. Everything needs to be looked at because this ain't right. I don't see this at other clubs.
It's very, very strange. Very strange. But listen, it's a talking topic that is actually it's burning in me right now. I'm trying to understand. Like I go to clubs now, and like I said, I speak to players, and they're like, no, it's not too mad. It's not too mad. Like the clubs are very big on like we don't do double sessions all the time. We do like one a week, and I'm like, yeah, back in the day we used to bury them. We used to do gym then or train in the morning, then do a session in the gym and stuff. So like they're very conscious of the injuries and that, but I don't know why it is. I don't know why it is.
Yeah.
I know Turkey said about we mollycoddle players now, like maybe like we're too nice and too scared of like big challenges and that, so that makes them their bodies aren't prepared. I was like, maybe that's
they used to say that about Wenger. They said Wenger was like that, like training was very non-contact.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated that when we do like shape and stuff. You have to shadow, no tackling.
Yeah.
What the flip is that about? Yeah, that's
yeah.
But I know in training that they definitely don't do that at Arsenal now. They don't do that. I see them do their I see it full on. People are actually, I don't see mad challenges, but I think football nowadays doesn't have mad challenges. There's no one flying in. So I don't know. But we'll skip forward. We'll skip forward because this show is flying. Let's go to quickly. Let's do a cup preview. Just tomorrow, Port Vale. I'm going up there. Who are you not wanting to see in the who are you saying?
Wow.
Who are you saying, brother? You don't have to come, or you don't have to come. So not even the pause, not even the not even the they're in a squad that you're taking a day off. Who are you saying you don't have to travel?
Yeah, I don't want to see Saka. I don't want to see Saliba. I don't want to see Declan Rice. Those three, definitely. Don't even travel. Don't even sit on the bench. For me, I wouldn't bring them anywhere near the game. And to be honest, I think Saka might be involved because I just read his press conference, and he was saying Saka wants minutes. You know, he needs sharpness. So I was thinking, you're going to play him and take him off. Probably. So I'll tell you, Timbot, don't bring him anywhere near that game either. He don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect some players tomorrow, man.
Do you know what it is? Timber doesn't. He's one of those players. Yeah, he doesn't play it at half pace. Like as soon as and I know people think, "Oh, Cecil, what are you talking about?" But there's players that can play it in a gear 2 and cruise through a game and still have a good game. Timber is I'm going gear 6 and we're flooring it, bro. Like no matter who, I could be playing a Sunday league team. You can just see he's on it. Like he will fight. He'll go into harsh into challenges. There's no calm. There's just like I have to play at 100. I can't take it as a training match. So which is actually a good trait, but leave him at home. Leave him at home. Leave him.
Do you know the one that's interesting for me is Gyökeres because
he's got to play. He's got.
He might need a goal. Like just the thing that you worry about is if he plays and don't score. You know, oh my God, we're actually destroying him here. You know what I mean, Port Vale. But I wrote out a team today, so I thought what a good team we'd have. By the way, so Kepa in goal. Back four, Skelly, Ben White, Mosquera, Nkapia, but I don't know if he's fit. I don't know if Nkapia is fit, but if he is, that'll be the. And that's a good back four, by the way, when you compare to the years gone by. That could start in the Premier League and do well, very well. That's our second back four.
Brother, I was back in the day would be Pablo Mari, Rob Holding.
You know what I mean? Kolasinac, Bellerin. You know what I mean? We might get beat at Port Vale with that back four. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. So this one's strong. Midfield, okay, go back four. Go on.
Midfield, you got to play Norgard, really, haven't you? Well, you know, I was thinking today, we're short of centre midfielders. We've only really got Norgard, Zubimendi, and Rice. Maybe Marino.
Marino, you'd start Marino. Yeah, well, I mean, you wouldn't want him starting at Newcastle. That's probably why.
I don't want him at Newcastle, so I'm thinking, do you play him? I was actually thinking you could play him up front.
Oh, what, Marino up front? Yeah, Robbie was campaigning for that. Robbie was saying, put Marino up front, let Gyökeres.
I'd either play Marino or Martinelli up front, I think.
Yeah, okay.
But I think you got to change it a little bit. You got to play Ethan. I'd play Max Dowman on the right.
Right.
Play
Okay.
Trossard left, Martinelli up front, or Marino up front.
Okay, hear me now, yeah? Because I asked because Laurie and Kenya did a predicted 11. It's coming out on the channel, and they kind of went with a similar thing. All these changes.
Yeah.
Who's the captain in your team then? Because Martin Odegaard's the captain, Saka's the vice captain, Gabriel Magalhaes isn't in your team. So who are you giving that armband to in that team that you just mentioned?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. I mean, does it really matter? To be honest, give it to.
Well, no, but also, you want to. You got to have some sort of seniority in there. So it's like
give it to Ben White, give it to Norgard. Yeah, man, experience. Let's be real. We should be winning, man. Like we should be winning regardless. Like Norgard was the captain of Brentford.
Right.
Ben White's been at Arsenal a few years. The only thing you might think is Norgard hasn't been here long, whether he'll give it him, but
he's the most, like you said, he's been a captain for the funny. Kenya, she went straight to Norgard, and I was like, right, I said, fair play, you fought on your toes quick. I fizzed the ball into her about this captain question, and she was like, no, Norgard. But Laurie said Trossard, and I said, brother, I said, when does Trossard got any leadership?
We've seen Trossard on tour, bro. He don't speak, he don't smile, he ain't gonna tell no one nothing. You know,
I don't think he even likes football, bro. I'll be honest. I think one of the players just doesn't. I know them players, bro.
Yeah,
they just go through. They just, as soon as the whistle's done, they're like, cool, go and change and get changed. I'm trying to get on the coach, go home, bro. The way he moves, he just doesn't give a. Listen, big him up.
Yeah.
When we see him on tour, like you said, mix zones and that, he doesn't want to speak to no one.
When certain players come out, we're like, yo, he's coming out. We know there's a vibe. Declan Rice is a vibe. Marino's a vibe to be. There's not loads of them. When Trossard comes out, you know what I'm saying? He ain't even making eye contact with it. You're like, oh, well played, Leo. He's just like, he might not even turn his head. He just puts his hand up. You're like, raw.
Yeah,
you know
and he walks by himself. Like he doesn't like. You know, see Ethan and Miles like they're together, coming out. They're having a Trossard. He does a celebration walking out, bro. He just has his tunnel vision. Doesn't look at no one. He just goes like straight down. Doesn't want to speak to no one. I'm like, raw, brother.
Do you want me to tell you my prediction for tomorrow? Right. That was the team that I would pick. But by the way, my prediction tomorrow night, the person who will be wearing the armband is Bukayo Saka, because I think he will play.
100%.
He'll start him.
He will start him. 100% he will. And he will be the captain. That's why it's funny. Sorry, people, I keep spoiling the Predicts 11 video, but you'll see all that. I can't have this discussion with Kenya and Laurie on that. But 100% he will start and go into it. And it kind of leads us on to, the final topic before we close off. Just the manager. The team's ready, but is Arteta. Now, I've got to be careful here because I'm speaking to Curtis Shaw, who I know has a little bit of bias, but also is kind of coming. Some things are glaring, and some things I've got to try and bring balance to. But listen, I'm not an Arteta stan, and trust me, I'm very much. We all know he's under a lot of pressure this season. I'm with him. I'm with that. That if he doesn't win anything, it's time to leave. He has no excuses this season. But with the team being ready, with Saka starting all that, the Newcastle, is this a massive week for him? And does he need to change a few things to get you back on side, to get the team clicking? Is he under heavy scrutiny right now? And from your opinion,
he is, bro. And you know the thing, I always try and make this clear, right? Whether I'm a big fan of him or not, I want the guy to do well. Yeah. He's the Arsenal manager. Like I didn't enjoy that game on Sunday. I didn't enjoy it. To be honest, I'm just going to say this, by the way. I think the standard of the Premier League's been quite poor this season. Yeah. I was very excited when I looked at the transfer window and I saw all these strikers and thought the Prem's coming back. I think the Prem's been pretty poor so far, to be honest. For an Arsenal Man City game, I thought, yeah, this is pretty boring. And some of the other that Chelsea Man United game until the red card, it hasn't really got going. You know, you look. A lot of teams have signed number 10s, attacking flary players. Liverpool have benched Wirtz. We've benched Eze. Xavi Simons got benched. It's like clubs, and even the strikers, you look at Gyökeres, you look at Sesko, you look at Kolo Muani, they're all kind of struggling to get going. It's like managers have gone down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm piggybacking off because it's a very good point. I didn't really look at like Liverpool. Listen, I speak to Liverpool fans, they're like, yeah, but we're winning games. But like, they're not even playing good, bro. They're scraping through last minute winners, and it's just like you're right. The quality of the Premier League is down at the moment. And like, again, everyone's doing this long ball thing from kickoffs. Everyone's trying to go direct more, which is cutting out the creative players. Like, it's gone back to like non-league football. Like, you just stand in the middle and people are missing out the middle of the park because they want to go round the outside or over the top. Like, that's a very good point. And I was so excited. Yeah, I think I spoke to you. I spoke to a lot of people before the start of the season. I said, this is gearing up to be a really big season. Like you said, that everyone spent a lot of good money. No one's had actually a bad window. This is going to be a sick Premier League season, but it's flattered to deceive massively.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of Arteta this week, it's probably one of the worst games that he could have this Sunday, to be honest. Like, it's the team that won't allow you to get on the ball and play, and that's why you might have a good point with the Marino and that thing. The only thing that might stop Marino is the Odegaard factor. If Odegaard is fit, Odegaard's starting. So then that would probably get Marino out of the midfield, which then only leaves the left-hand side. Do you know what I mean? Which Eze, but in reality, Eze should be playing in the 10 and you should be playing Martinelli on the left because this is a transition sort of game. So this game is... The problem we got as well is Liverpool play before us. They've got Palace. If they beat them, you're 8 points behind Liverpool going into that Newcastle game. So that to me becomes a must-win game then, because even if you got a draw at Newcastle, which under normal circumstances is not terrible, but then you could be 7 points behind Liverpool already. And Robbie was saying to me, it's only 5 games, but then we can't say it's only 6 games, only 10 games, only 15 games. You're giving yourself a mountain.
I'm starting to hate that because AGT and Grizz, by the way, so that's 2 people. Yes, they said to me, if we win the next 3 games, I think we win the league. I said, brother, we are in freaking September. I said, don't care. I've never had or seen that much chest from either of them, and they were being dead serious. I mean, yes, I was on the Big Six. They've clicked it, and he said, yeah. And then AGT said, brother, next 3 games we win, especially if you drop points, season's done. I said, wow. Like I'd love to, bro. Like anyway, yeah. So
you know what?
It is, bro. We got to start showing that we got to start showing. Like, I'm pissed off that people can have that much chest when we got this type of a squad, bro. It's annoying me.
Because they're looking at us, they're going, like you just said there, Liverpool aren't playing that well. They're not, but they've won every game. Isak's not even fit. Wirtz hasn't even settled. 2 new fullbacks. They're going, won every game. Imagine when these guys get going. You've got no chance.
Exactly.
Where we're in a... Obviously, we've got some new players as well, but again, the onus is always on the challenger, which is what I keep telling people. Who are going, Liverpool aren't playing that well, but neither are you. But they're the champion. We're supposed to be going ahead of them. They should be trying to catch us. We're already saying 5 points could be this.
Yeah.
So Arteta has got to he's got to go there with a different mindset, because Newcastle have not started the season that well. They're clearly missing Isak. They signed that Voltemard late in the window. They haven't been great. They're struggling to score goals. It's probably not the Newcastle we've seen the last few years. But again, it's all going to come down to mindset, bro, because if he goes there with a negative attitude, we're going to struggle. We'll be on the back foot, that atmosphere. If he goes there and thinks, realistically, and I know it's early in the season, it's a must-win game. I think we have to win on Sunday. I think we have to win. If we came out of the weekend and they've won and we haven't, I think we're all over the place already. So he needs to. The thing is, just to give the team a little bit of credit, we have had a very difficult start. To go to Man United, Liverpool, City at home, and Newcastle away in the first 6 games, that is a tough start to the season.
100%.
But if you're going to win the league, you've got to win a few of them games. We beat Man United, we lost to Liverpool, drew with City. But to me, the City draw almost felt like a loss. So he's got to beat Newcastle, and then the fixture list is going to get easier for us. Then we can put a run together. Liverpool have got Palace away, Chelsea away the next 2 games. So we've got to put some pressure back on them. We got West Ham at home next week. So he's got to go and beat Newcastle. To win titles, you've got to go and you've got to go and win games of football. You got to play on the front foot. You know, when you're the better team, you're supposed to turn up and say, we're going to beat you today. We're better than you. You're not supposed to go with this. I always say Arteta's got this inferiority complex that I feel like came from Everton when he was a player. Everton would go to Anfield and go, if we can get out of here with a draw, it's a great result. You know, if we get a draw against Pep's Man City, it's unbelievable. Like, this is Arsenal, bro. You got to change that mindset. You got to try and go and win the title. So he's got to give us something. He's got to give us something, because I feel like at the moment Arteta ain't giving the fan base anything. You know, you turn up at the Emirates on Sunday, you're excited to see Eze play against Man City, and you're like, why is he on the bench? You know what I mean? What's going on?
I'm saying the signings one that gave us that new lease of energy, but then you're not playing them, or you're not playing the ones that we want to see. Like, that's gonna obviously, it's gonna hit us. So I agree with you. I just think I want to see this team play the quality that it has. Just like Arteta, stop being a scaredy cat, my brother. Please, man.
Do you know my advice? Do you know my advice for you guys this weekend, right? My advice is book the table at Tup Tup. Have a good night out on Saturday. Yeah, and just let the football take care of itself. You know, Tup Tup's a good night as well.
It's a good night. I can't lie. I've had some good nights at Newcastle. That's actually, most of the time I have good nights, and the game just ruins the whole weekend. I usually it's on my birthday. It's normally in November, early November. But you're right, man. Before we close, I just hope. I don't know. Yeah, I'm actually dreading that game. I'm dreading it. It's just so annoying. It's so annoying. Every time I've been up there of recent date, Newcastle, of course, has problems, but he can make a statement in that game. He can go and really put Newcastle to the sword. That will really change a lot of people's opinions. I know it's early on, but I think if you go and destroy Newcastle, they're a good side. I think it will say a lot about, what we can buy into going forward from this Arsenal side, because like I said, there's plenty of quality in that team.
Do you know the thing, bro? Yeah, just quickly, we got Port Vale tomorrow. We should win, obviously, hopefully.
Yeah,
you beat Port Vale. You're in the next round of the cup. That's a good start in the cup. Then you go to Newcastle. You've got to win that game. The week after, we've got West Ham at home, who are in free for all at the moment. Then it's the international break, I think, after that, and then obviously I think there's a Champions League game as well in between. If you can get out of these next few games with wins, you go into that international break with some optimism, and then we've got a little decent run of fixtures where you can get a run together, and then you put building blocks in place, man. Winning, fans were fickle. 1 minute the manager's not good enough, this player's not good enough. Martinelli 2 weeks ago on this show, I was saying, take the picture down. He's not Brazilian. Blah blah. Look, now the picture's up. You know what I mean? We're celebrating his goal. Football can change very. Look, oh my, no, please look at that picture of you and him. You're more shameless than me, I
love you, Gabby. I love you so much. I love you. I never did love you, man.
Oh my
Please clip this as well. I love you, bro.
I bet you've been texting the guy. Yo, don't worry about it.
No, boys, they clipped it on AFTV, taking it down. So I was like, he's seen it. I said, fuck. So, but that same night, you know me.
You sent a message.
Yeah, I'm warm-hearted, bro. I felt so bad.
Didn't you?
Even though the other shirt has all the signings of the whole team, I shouldn't really have that one up there if I'm honest. But nah, man, big up Gabby, man. Big up Gabby.
Oh. Listen, Gabby, at the moment,
man. I'm fickle. I'm a fan. Bro,
you're a fan. No, we all are, man. No, listen, I'm happy for Gabby, man. Listen, football, we're an emotional species. Football fans, we're not normal. You know what I mean? We're on an emotional roller coaster. I was on my stream saying this guy ain't Brazilian. Check his passport. Next minute, I'm saying, he's brilliant, and it's football, man. We're just a reflection of the team. I say that all the time. And Arteta, bro, you win big games, you play well, you're great, and you don't, and you defending, So just get us back on side.
Exactly, we're winning. We'll be up there, so we'll be happy, and we're all fully behind it. And let's hope we can do that. Like you said, I think imagine being in a race and Usain Bolt's Liverpool. Like when they're running away, you feel like you can't catch them. We should be up there. If you overtake and just push forward, I think with this team we can go and just run and go and win the race. But right now we're behind. And it feels like we're quite far behind, because even though we're in second, it's just like, if once they start clicking, we could be in problems. Hopefully we can start clicking before them, because I think there's a lot more for this team to do, but that's down to the manager. It's not to do with players fitting in or anything. It's actually on the manager. I actually think the players are of good quality. So it's more on how Arteta gets the best out of them and finds the best way to play and beat teams. Before we go and wrap up, just a quick word. Sorry, I'm going to give a quick word on Matt Beard. I haven't actually been able to do this on shows. I should have done it on the preview. Matthew Beard, obviously, ex-Liverpool manager, has been managed for many other teams. Ex-Liverpool, women's manager, one manager of the year as well for that Liverpool side. Done a lot of things in football. The reason why I have to say something on him, I'm very, very close to his brother Mark Beard. He was my coach. Millwall Mark Beard scored actually against David Seaman, and I'm very close to their family. Mark Beard, Olivia Beard's his daughter, Sam Beard's his son, Claire Beard's the mum, and they've obviously, it's been quite a tough week for them. So listen, I want to put my condolences and prayers out to the family of Matthew Beard, who's got 3 kids as well, and his wife as well. He's done so much in football, and listen, it's a sad tragedy. No, he's not with us, but just have to say that because I'm very close to that side and their family, and it's only right to do it on this show, really, because it's kind of the real me. And man,
man, of course, man. I see you put the post up, so I figured you must be connected to the family and that, man. And yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. There seems to be a lot of stuff now. Like, you turn on the news in football and sport, there's just crazy things going. Hatton.
Yeah, I got Matt Beard on Facebook as well. I got Matt Beard on Facebook, and like he reshared that Ricky Hatton news and was just like, devastating news, blah blah. And then it's just like a week later, bro. Honestly, the world right now it's mad. But listen, I have to just give my condolences.
People have to stay safe, man. Yeah, 100%, man.
Please talk, people. Please talk.
Yeah, 100.
Speak up, please. It's very.
Do you know what? Before we round up, I got a big up Cruz. Yeah, my son Cruz. His birthday tomorrow. It's his 13th. He's putting pressure on me, so I say, I'm gonna give you a shout out.
Woo! 13's a big teenager. That's a big birthday, bro. You better, hey, Cruz, make sure you ask him daddy for some big presents, man.
I said this. I spoke to Robbie today, and I was like, you know what, man? Back in the day, it was like, can you get me some toys or something? You know what I mean? Now they're going, oh yeah,
Boots.
can I have an iPad? Can I have a laptop? New phone? It's on them levels now, isn't it?
Well, all those things, or just one of those things?
Well, maybe, yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, he writes a list and then says, like, pick a few if you can. And back in the day, it was like, can you
see what you want, and then like,
no, listen,
none of that,
bro. No, I can't believe it. That is the realest thing. You used to get the Argos catalog. She'd give you the pen and say, just put an X next to the things you want. And then you open your presents, you're like, what's this, man? I wanted a Nintendo 64. What's this?
This ain't even in the Argos catalog, man. Where do you even find this, blood?
You know what I mean? You went Woolworths and got me this. I didn't ask for this. Just appreciate what you got. You know what I mean? Now,
trust me.
Man sending me a WhatsApp going, yeah, iPad, laptop. I'm like, raw, times have changed, man. These Gen Zs, bro. You know what I mean?
Madness,
but no, I had to big him up. It's his birthday tomorrow, so yeah, man.
Big up, Cruz, man. Lots of love as well, and happy birthday as well. Coming to you, man. And then listen, like I said as well, rest in peace, Matthew Beard. And that is it for this live show. Thank you, Curtis, for joining me. We'll be back
big
again,
up, brother.
I think next week there may be. I'm gonna try and sort it, but if not, there might be a cover. It might be Dan Potts and you, Curtis, which will be an interesting live here. On
Potsy.
I think I might bring Dan Potts on in replace of me if I can't make it. If that is the case, hopefully we're coming back off 2 wins. Because I can't imagine what that video will be like if
if we lose to Newcastle and it's me and Potsy on Tuesday, that show will be a bloodbath, bro. I'm telling you, that will be like a horror movie.
So fingers crossed, Arsenal get the job done in this next 2 games. Yeah, please. Big up everyone that's joined us in the community as well, in the chat as well. We'll see you soon. Like the video on the way out. Take care. Peace.
Bless.